Welcome back, chess lovers, to another exciting episode of Chess Club 24. I'm Andrew, your chess guide for the day.
And I'm Kingston, here to make sure we have much fun as possible while strategizing on the board.
Last episode, we had an intense match where Heil claimed victory in a thrilling showdown against Brandon.
But today we have two brand new competitors ready to show what they've got on the checkered battlefield.
Today's match features two students vying for the title of Chess Club Champion.
Brittany, a sharp strategist known for thinking several moves ahead. Some say she's psychic.
And her opponent, Nadira, known for her bold and fearless playstyle, often catching her opponents off guard with her savvy moves.
As with every episode, both players will be competing for bragging rights and the chance to move up in the ranks.
Not to mention, they'll be racing against the clock. Both players have just 5 minutes each to complete the game. If the clock runs out, they lose, no matter where they stand on the board.
Now, before we get to the match, let's toss it over to our technical host, Nora, as she walks us through the technique of castling.
Thanks, team. Today, I want to explain a technique that you might not know about. It's called castling. Now, this move might seem a little tricky at first, but trust me, it's a powerful tool when used right. Let's have a look. Here's how it works. Castling is a move that involves two pieces, your king and one of your rooks. The king usually moves slowly, one square at a time, but castling is special because it lets you move the king 2 squares towards the rook, and then the rook jumps over the king and lands right next to him. Pretty cool, right? You can only do this if a few conditions are true. Neither the king nor the rook has moved yet. They need to be in their original spots. There can't be any pieces between them. The path between the king and the rook has to be clear. The king can't be in check, and the squares the king moves through can't be under attack either. So, why would you want to castle? Well, castling is a great way to protect your king and bring your rook into the game faster. It usually helps you get your king to a safer spot, away from the center where it's more vulnerable. At the same time, your rook gets into a better position to attack. Think of it like this. It's like moving your king into a secure bunker and getting your rook ready to battle at the same time. It's a good strategy to use when you need to keep your king safe while preparing for future attacks. So that's castling in a nutshell. It's a move that's all about safety and strategy, protecting your king while setting yourself up for some big plays with your rook. Now today's match, we'll see if Nadira or Brittany uses castling to their advantage. Let's head back to the crew for more about the players.
Thanks, Nora. In today's Tale of the Tape.
I love this part. Let's see how Brittany and Nadira measure up.
First up, Brittany. Known for her patience and long-term planning, she's always thinking a few moves ahead, looking to control the board slowly but surely.
And Nadira is one of those players who's like, if I move this pawn this way, and if I move your queen is toast. That's scary and very methodical.
Both players are not afraid to take risks, and those risks often pay off with surprising attacks. This will be an interesting match.
Absolutely. Cue the interviews.
I really like chess because it's a challenge for me, and I think it makes me slow down and really think about my actions. Busy with school and I'm like worried about other things, but when it comes to chess, man, you just gotta forget all that stuff. You just gotta play the game. Gotta bring your A game. Man, my opponent is just so smart. But I can't let them know that. You know, I gotta go into the game, I gotta keep it cool. We'll see how it goes, but honestly,
what I like about chess is the ability to strategize and think about what you have to do. You always have to think about your opponent's next move and how it will affect them and how your moves will affect you. That made no sense, I'm sorry. But I also like that it's like a quiet activity. You don't have to do anything too strenuous, because I'm usually doing running, and this is a nice break. And I get to spend time with my friends outside of exercise, so that's always fun. My strategy is to think with an open and clear mind. I'm gonna try and predict my opponent's moves. Not that that's gonna be hard, because their moves are really good. They're really good moves. But I'm just kind of gonna try and, do my best. Don't let the pressure get to me. My opponent is funky fresh. They're so cool. But I think it'll be a hard challenge. They've definitely improved their skills a lot, seeing as they didn't know much about chess when we first started, but they definitely they've elevated their skill.
The time has come.
You're in for a treat. Brittany versus Nadira. Right now! Yes, the classic black versus white.
A proper handshake, and she starts the clock. C3's the first move.
That's what I always try to start with C3 to figure it out. My opponent's gonna do.
And now that they've both pushed a pawn, we expect them to develop their pieces.
Thinking.
Oh, I wonder if she's gonna play. Knight A5, nice. You see, but A3, it kind of weakens the B3 square. So we'll see if that knight has prospects in the future.
Setting something up.
Very good, Brittany, controlling the center.
Ooh, it looks like there's some mind games going on. This reminds me of Undertaker back in the 90s. He had a lot of mind games when he was wrestling.
Oh, very true. A slow start, but I'm sure the action will pick up quickly. That's the thing about these types of games. Once they get low on the clock, the sparks really start to fly.
Yes, the clock. We can never run away from the clock in time.
Oh, and the free pawn is grabbed.
Oh, free pawn. Free my homie pawn. We're going to have free pawn shirts. Sorry, let me get back to the game.
Gonna want to get that knight out of there. Didn't seem Brittany liked that.
She did not. She said, "What are you doing?" Uh-oh.
And we have castling.
What's castling?
See, typically people would like to castle where they have pawns in front.
Gotcha.
This is a bit of a risky maneuver, but if she can step her king over to H8, the rook can take control of the G file.
Okay. I'm glad you know what's going on.
Oh, and the knight comes in to C4.
So much involved. You got to kind of think what your opponent's going to do. You got to see what's on the table. A lot of things involved with this game of chess.
Remember to hit your clock.
Exactly. That's the other thing. Multitasking is essential.
Oh, and that move allows a fork on D3.
Who's hungry?
Let's see if she plays it. She's searching for the move.
What are you talking about? What are you? Did you not? Okay, never mind.
Oh, and she
Boom.
misses it.
You're good. I mean, I'm good. I'm sorry. I'm going crazy. Paint fumes. I'm not even kidding, bro.
So if it was me, I would wait till the clock is about to end and then just make my move. But just change it through little mind games. I think a lot of this is like mind games, you know? I'm big on mind games.
Mind games are fantastic.
Right.
And we're waiting for an attack to build. Oh, and that's a great start.
There we go. So I would do it.
We run out of time. We get kicked out. Yeah, it did game in. The first person to run out of time. I actually don't know. Just lie. I feel like if you run out of time, the first person.
And Brittany's queen is still on its starting square. Both players should start to activate their major pieces.
Yes, major pieces, activate. It's like Wonder Twins, you know, like Wonder Twin powers, activate. Form of a rook.
It appears Nadira has left her rook unprotected. Brittany's attacking it with the bishop on E4. We'll see if she takes the rook. Both players have tactics galore. If I was me, I'd be eating those pieces left and right.
Using your fork.
And there she goes. The rook is off the board.
Sorry, rook. See you later. The hand movements tell me she's thinking. Strategizing.
Concentration right now. Thinker pose. Thinker pose.
Where do we go next? Mind games. I would, take a checker piece out, put that on the board.
She's doing something very good here. When you lose a piece, you'd like to reconsider what you've missed and see if any tactics are still on the board. Great usage of time.
Yeah, it's like life. Sometimes you gotta, if something goes away, you gotta replace it with something else. We can't take it with us. I'm getting too deep. Back to the game.
And that rook hit the g-file. It's looking to come in, possibly taking the pawn on g3.
I've been on a jet before. That's g5.
Oh, and she retreats the bishop.
Oh, she knows she done. Oh.
So Nadira, instead of taking the bishop with the knight, she could have forked it again. Oh, and now the fork is available for both the knights. d3 is a killer move. And she must have picked up the wrong pawn by accident. She plays e3 instead.
Oh, man.
Trying to drum up an attack for Nadira. And Brittany hangs a pawn or a knight on a3. And Nadira grabs it right away. This activates Nadira's rook. And she's going to want to get that over to the king side ASAP.
ASAP. Shout out to Rihanna. And little RZA. And I forgot the other baby's name. Did she have a migraine? No, she's thinking. I'm sorry.
It is as good as over. I think Brittany is about to bring her rook in and set up a checkmate threat within a couple moves.
Ooh, let's see. Let's see.
All she has to do now is find out where the queen is best fit. And Nadira goes in for the kill, activating her queen, not fearing any of the threats that Brittany has laid out.
Shout out to all the queens out there. And Beyonce, she's one of our queens. Lil Kim, she's Queen Bee.
And Brittany attacks the queen with the rook.
I'm spacing out, man. I actually don't know.
Clever move. Now she can bring her other rook to g8.
On just time, man.
I think we're getting close to the end.
First to g5, targeting the pawn on f5. And Nadira grabs another pawn.
Up, free my homie pawn. Another one gone. Oh.
And time decided the match.
That's it. Time is a factor. Time.
What an incredibly unconventional match.
Yes, big shout out to both combatants. That match could have gone either way.
Absolutely. But Nadira managed to play well, enough to confuse Brittany, forcing her not only to play against her opponent, but against her clock as well.
Yes, clock management. If today's match is anything to go by, this season of Chess Club 24 is going to be one wild ride.
Couldn't agree more. Thanks for joining us for this epic showdown.
Remember to keep sharpening those minds and mastering those moves, and we'll see you next time on Chess Club 24.